It's Brett and I am back with another video. So this week I want to talk to you about your RSVPs. I know that if you've had your wedding already and you're watching this video, you are probably sitting there laughing and pulling your hair out because RSVPs are a pain. I don't know why, but people get this invitation in the mail and then they don't send it back. And you're just like, well, are you coming or not? So I have a couple of little tips that I want to help you out with for your RSVPs to make them a little bit easier. So first of all, make sure you are sending your wedding invitations 2 to 3 months before the wedding. The reason I recommend sending them 2 to 3 months before is because you need those RSVPs back at least 1 month before the wedding. So if you send them out 2 to 3 months before, that gives people time to make plans if they're traveling, schedule flights, find childcare, all that kind of stuff. That way they know what they're gonna RSVP and be able to send that back on time. The reason that you need to request RSVPs back at least 1 month before the wedding is because, for one, here at the venue, I have to know how many tables and chairs you wanna have. You really don't want 200 seats set up and 200 tables if you're only gonna have a 50 or 80 person wedding. Then it's gonna look completely empty. I can stagger tables, I can put less chairs per table. We can do things that are so much better if I know an accurate guest count. So even just having a really close range helps us out a lot. And then also your caterer. You don't wanna pay for 200 people if you're only gonna have 80. That's a huge waste of money. That's a lot of leftover food. It just doesn't make sense. So whenever you're requesting those RSVPs back at least a month before the wedding, that's giving you time to get with other vendors and make sure everything is organized and ready to go. So a little tip for you on those RSVPs, what you're gonna wanna do is you're going to have the card and it says like RSVP, it says their names, how many are coming, or if you have already pre-selected how many people from that family are invited, you're gonna fill out like 2 seats have been reserved for you, 4 seats have been reserved for you. So you're gonna tell them how many seats have been reserved, or you can let them fill that out themselves if it's open. But what you're gonna wanna do is in the bottom, you're gonna wanna number those RSVPs. So it can even be on the back, so they never know it's there. You can do like 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up. And then you're gonna make a spreadsheet on your computer and you're gonna say, invitation 1 was sent to Aunt Mary. So I'm gonna write Aunt Mary. Invitation number 2 was sent to Bob. Invitation number 3 was sent to Susan. That way, if they send these invitations back and it says, yes, I'm coming or no, I'm not coming, but they forgot to fill out the name, then you already know, oh, there's a 3 on the back of that. I know whose invitation it was. You're sitting there laughing at me. You're thinking, no, people are gonna put their name on it. No, they don't. A lot of times people forget to put their name and they just put how many are coming and they check the little box of yes or no and then they put it in the mail and they completely forget to put their name on it. So by numbering those RSVP cards, you're gonna know exactly who is coming and who is not coming. Just don't forget to make yourself a spreadsheet of what number you sent to what person, or else that number is not gonna do you any good. So don't forget to make yourself a little spreadsheet. And then whenever you get those RSVPs back, I definitely recommend having a spreadsheet as well and putting yes or no next to it. So that way you're not constantly just digging through your RSVP cards to figure out how many are coming. You have a nice Excel spreadsheet and it's already super easy. Another thing that I would highly, highly recommend is doing online RSVPs. I don't really recommend doing only online. I would recommend doing both just because if you're anything like me, you do have a lot of elderly people who don't know how to use the computer. And so they're gonna want that handwritten RSVP card and they're gonna mail it back. That's just the way things are done to them. So I would still definitely give that option. But what you can do is at the bottom of the RSVP card, you can put your website. So if you have a website through like the Knot or Minted or anywhere like that, put your wedding website at the bottom and then they can RSVP through that website. So I did mine through Minted and it was really great because when people put yes or no, Minted had like an already done Excel spreadsheet. It was so nice, I loved it. So I definitely recommend having an online option so that way people who are a little bit younger or more into technology, they can just RSVP online and it's like that. They don't have to worry about mailing things and stuff like that. But definitely make sure that you have both options. And then if you are doing mail RSVP cards, you need to make sure that you already have your address on them and a stamp on it. That is customary, that you need to supply the stamp and the return label. So that way it's just super easy for them and they put it in the mail, good to go. Another reason why you need to make sure you're requesting them back at least a month before the wedding is that's going to give you time to call back all the people who didn't send their RSVP. And believe me, there will be a lot of them. So you're going to want to go through your list and you're going to want to call all those people and say, hey, I just need to know, are you coming or not? So that way you have enough time to get all that done, give the caterer, give the venue, everyone the guest count. So I hope this video helped you out. Be sure to look up those websites if you want to make your own little couples website. It's really handy. You can put your registry on there, all that kind of good stuff. I love it. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all next week. Bye.